From center field at Lexington High School in Lexington, Mass., this is Lexington Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Tonight, it's the Lexington Blue Sox with a record of 15-5-1, third in the ICL, taking on the Somerville Royals with a record of 9-14, sixth in the ICL. Good evening, everybody. I'm Sam Feely, ready to bring you the play-by-play story. Rob DeFranco will be joining me later on. The Blue Sox picked a very good time to have their biggest offensive inning of the year, continuing their torrid offensive pace. Down 5-1 in the bottom of the fifth, they came back with 8 runs in that frame to take a 9-5 decision last night. Now they host the Somerville Royals again. Well, technically, they are the visiting team tonight, as Rob DeFranco has joined me here at the table. Rob, after a win like that, and now you have a chance to sweep the season series against Somerville, the Blue Sox really have to feel good. Like Rick said last night, that was a playoff caliber win that you guys pulled off last night.
Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it last night due to some family things, but I heard nothing but good things. Late game rally of sort, coming alive when we needed to. Kind of that playoff atmosphere where you need to, turn the gas pedal. Stomp on the gas pedal when you need to, and we responded timely. So it's good to see. Good to hear. Excuse me, but keep things rolling. Yeah,
the key though that Dan Graham was talking about after the game yesterday was you just gotta be into it from the first inning, because the Blue Sox got one in the bottom of the first, and then they fell silent from there until the bottom of the fifth, and the Royals took a 5-1 lead. But obviously the Blue Sox got back into it, but let's see if they can keep their foot on the gas. Innings 1 through 7 tonight, as Aaron Barboza is going to lead things off for the Blue Sox. And Steve Chamberlain will fire the first pitch at 8:03, and it is up and in. It pops off the mitt of the catcher Harrington for ball 1. We're underway.
Chamberlain, a familiar face. I believe he had a few innings. Was it Friday night?
Friday night in the 17-1 game. As this is upstairs, and that pops off of Harrington's mitt as well. 2-0. Chamberlain entering play, no decisions, and an ERA of 21 in 4 innings. He's allowed 10 hits, 12 runs, 7 walks, just 1 strikeout, and surrendered 2 home runs.
Obviously a small sample size in the 4 innings, but you can't really agree with that line as any coach. Putting him out there, but
he surrendered 7 runs in an inning and a third against the Blue Sox on Friday. 3-0 to Aaron, and the pitch is taken on the outside corner, 3-1.
Yeah, I think he had some struggles with walks in mid to late game on Friday
He allowed 3 walks and 6 hits. Aaron reaches for that one, flips it down the left field line. Chasing is the third baseman, Santolo. It's out of his reach. So from being ahead 3-0, now Barboza finds himself in a full count. But against a pitcher who is prone to giving up a lot of runs, even if you're 3-2, it's a good sign to make him throw a lot of pitches early.
Absolutely, and the catching woes, we saw them on Friday night. Harrington had some trouble behind the plate, and you could see it early now. A couple baseballs popping out of his glove. Not very hard pitches to catch either, Sam.
John Collette, who got the start behind the plate last night, as that is ball 4, and Barboza is aboard with a walk to begin the ball game. John Collette is getting the start at first base for the Royals. So speed on first base to begin the ball game for the Blue Sox, and here's Ross Curley, who is back in the lineup after missing the past couple of games.
Yeah, Ross has really been seeing it, Sam. A lot of extra base hits out of him lately, and had a great BP round earlier today. So expecting big things from him out of the 2-hole.
Takes ball 1 there. Ross batting .302 with 10 RBIs. He takes outside 2-0. It's great to see what we normally expect out of Ross after such a sluggish first half of the season for him. He's really turned it on in the past couple of weeks.
Right when we need it, with a little playoff chase action in the top 3 between Watertown, Blue Sox, and the Chiefs. So
A little floater drops in there for strike one. When you don't have when you have someone who doesn't throw very hard, like Chamberlain, are you tempted to go after those more, no matter where they are? As he laces this one into center field,
that could drop,
and that answers my question as it gets down in front of the center fielder Valdario, and on his way to third is Barboza.
Running there by Aaron Barboza, saw the ball down, center fielder, little trouble there, didn't know if he was going to dive or not, and kind of ate him up. So able to take the extra bag there is Barboza. A lot of number 3s tonight on the Blue Sox side, honoring Pete Frates.
Yep, Blue Sox wearing their Pete Frates jerseys. Everybody with Frates 3 on the back. As here's Taylor Ferguson, and what a tear he's been on, but you can say that about a lot of Blue Sox hitters. As that is in there for strike one.
Yeah, you know, I was looking today at the standings, and if you see the runs for versus runs against ratios,
yeah, it's like
Blue
Sox are scoring almost 7 runs a game while allowing just over 2. As that is outside ball one.
There.
What do you think is more demoralizing for a team as this is in the dirt and keeping it in front of him is Harrington 2-1? A game where you get blown out from start to finish 17-1 like the Royals suffered on Friday, or like you have a good team like the Blue Sox on the ropes and then what happened last night happens?
I mean, with that second inning Friday night, I don't think you can really come back from that morally. You know, that long inning where it was 8 runs, I think, where we tied the season record for runs in an inning. That can't really feel good early on, especially with the limited numbers in the Royals bullpen. So
yeah. The 2-2 Ross goes. The pitch is up and in, and stealing second without a throw is Ross.
Good jump there by Curley. Great pitch to go on. Kind of a hanging slider. Great take by Ferguson, and easy second base for Curley.
Yeah, like when you see a hanging slow pitch like that, you want to crush it, but at the same time, you got to make sure it goes as it's down the left field line. Nice, perfect piece of hitting there by Ferguson. Ross is going to score as well as Barboza. A 2-run single for Taylor Ferguson, and the Blue Sox have a 2-0 lead early.
And there you go. Ferguson's going to keep rolling and kind of place that ball right beyond the reach of the third baseman Santolo, and resulting in 2 runs there. Seemingly laboring is Chamberlain. I don't know if some of their players is going over to check on him, but
Ferguson with RBIs, 2 more RBIs. The stats on the ICL website do not reflect last night's game thus far. As Julian swings, drives this one to center. Back goes Valdario. It's going to roll all the way to the fence. Taylor is around second. Taylor's going to hold it third, and I don't blame him. Valdario, with his speed, could easily have a beat on that ball, but instead, Julian picks up a double, and it's second and third.
Just beat him right over his head. 2-hop the fence, and good clean swing. Great load there by Julian, and just hammered it dead center.
So here's Dan Graham, lefty against lefty. Grammer was an instrumental part of that that comeback last night. That's low ball one. And, you know, he's we talked the other night about how how important he is, not only as a statistical contributor but as a veteran mentor and a team leader.
Oh, no doubt. Just by if you sit in one of our Blue Sox huddles, you can just hear it right away. He knows, he basically can recite some of Coach DeAngelis's standard.
And James McConville is coming out to the mound, and I think...
Yeah, I was right, Sam.
I think Chamberlain is hurt, yeah.
Seemingly laboring, as I said earlier. It looks like he's troubled. That's going to do it for Chamberlain.
Well, an early exit for Steve Chamberlain, and not a great start for the Somerville Royals. They're down 2 already, nobody out in the inning, and their starter is left with an injury. So, take a timeout. Blue Sox 2, Royals nothing. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Get your company's message on air or on localsportsproductions.com for as little as $25 per ad. Visit localsportsproductions.com/advertising or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. New pitcher for the Somerville Royals is Jacob Amarello, and if you were worried about Chamberlain being injured, you might be more worried about Amarello being overworked. He is pitching on his third consecutive day. He pitched 2 2/3 on Sunday against Watertown, an inning 2/3 against Lexington yesterday, and now he's called into what's probably going to be very long relief tonight.
I mean, you couldn't be any more of a reliever with your starter haven't recorded an out. So yeah, very long relief is an understatement, Sam. But as I was just doing some research and I noticed James McConville, the player manager over at Somerville, he was a St. John's Prep graduate as well as a Suffolk graduate, and I noticed that if you look at the Royals colors, there are a lot of Suffolk colors in there. There's actually 8 players on his roster that he played with for the Suffolk Rams. So. And kind of a farm system postgraduate for the Suffolk Rams.
Yeah, the Blue Sox have their own little, you know, every team has their pipelines.
Absolutely.
And so Amarello's going to get all the time he needs to warm up. And we could be here, I mean, I'm not saying he needs forever to warm up, but like thrust into this role, he's going to need a while, obviously. And Amarello last night against the Blue Sox, when an inning and 2/3, took over for Gilbride after Gilbride was uncorked a wild pitch and on a strikeout, and then Amarello took over and allowed 3 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. Overall, he's 0-1 with a 5.65 ERA in 8 2/3 innings. He's allowed 11 hits, 8 runs, 7 which are earned, 5 walks, 3 strikeouts. So 2-0 is the count, not 1-0. Our apologies. And Dan Graham will resume his at-bat.
A lot of lefties on the Somerville Royals.
Yeah, it's effective against some of the. It's effective against a lot of the power bats in the ICLs. It's now 3-0 to Graham, but against some teams it's a little dangerous because like Watertown, all their power bats are right-handed.
Right.
Low ball 4, and Danny is going to take first base. So again, the Royals still cannot get an out. So bases loaded.
Load them up, yep.
Nobody.
Alex Wojtek, yep. Mrs. Wojtek, if you're tuning in, Alex says hi, Mom.
Alex came to start first base tonight, and he takes at the knees, strike 1.
Good spot there from Amarillo.
Wojtek smokes this one into left center field, and this is going to be caught on the run by Valdario. Tagging from third is Ferguson. He will score standing up. It is an RBI sacrifice fly for Wojtek, and the Blue Sox extend their lead to 3-0.
Great execution there by Wojtek. Saw a strike, elevated, got enough on it to have the runner score on a tag with ease. So 3-0 it is. Man on first and second.
Now a chance for Justin Silvestro again to start again at third base tonight. He's taken over the everyday third baseman role after Thomas Russo got called up to the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. And Stroh skies this one to center field. Will this be deep enough to advance the runner from second? It should be, as Valdario makes the tag. Tagging from second is Alvarez. He will get there standing up. So on back
on that by Silvestro. Seems like he just missed it.
So first and third quickly 2 down. And Derlin Tejeda, El Lobo, will be the 8th man to bat in the inning. Derlin getting the start tonight, catching his Fisher College teammate Kelvin Guzman.
There you have it.
And he grounds this one to the left side, backhanded. Firing on to first is the shortstop Cameron, and that will do it. So 2 balls, a strike, and then outs on 3 consecutive pitches. So great job by Amarillo to stop the bleeding. And after half an inning, Blue Sox 3, Royals coming up. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Want LSP to tape or broadcast your team's games? Rates start at just $50 per game. Video broadcasts also available. Visit localsportsproductions.com/services or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. So Kelvin Guzman gets the start for the Blue Sox tonight. Kelvin is a curious case. He is one of the league leaders in ERA at .84, but in 16 2/3 innings, he's only allowed 12 hits, but he's walked 19. So
yeah, you know, seeing it early on in the year, he tends to get himself into trouble when he does, in fact, get in trouble. Obviously, his ERA stands where he can work himself out of it.
As he gets a first pitch swinging into right field, and Barboza, well, that's one way to mitigate the walk rate. Get a one-pitch fly out, and Jake Santolo is retired. But you were saying?
As I was saying, yeah, Kelvin will sit between 88 to 92. Sometimes has a little El Duque in his windup where he'll kind of cock back and look out, or Louis Tiant, per se.
Johnny Cueto,
more applicable, I guess, in this sense.
In today's day and age, anyways.
In today's day and age, correct. But, you know, he knows it. He wants to work on his consistency. I've had a lot of conversations with him, but really big body. He works hard at his craft. You can see him working in the outfield almost every day. He's got everything. He's got his band work, his arm weights, what have you. So he works very hard, 24-year-old from the Dominican.
Grounded down the first base line foul, and he's ahead of Campbell 0-2. I was at the Reading game back on July 9th, I believe it was, at Endicott. Yeah, July 9th. He got through 2 2/3 innings, allowed 1 unearned run, no hits, but walked 6. And basically that's what you're concerned. Yeah. I asked Calvin, have you ever been pulled in the middle of a no-hitter before? 1-2 the count now to Brian Campbell, the left fielder.
As you can see that pitch there, he features a pretty hard breaking ball. That one skipped in the dirt. We'll see if he can find that tonight. Could be dangerous.
The 1-2, chop foul at the dish. Well, he's around the strike zone, certainly. This is an encouraging start. Get a one pitch out, and then you get the next batter to go fishing at a couple of them to foul them off.
Absolutely. You know, the thing about Kelvin is that some pitchers, when they're making mistakes, they don't really know exactly how to, fix them or compensate, or sometimes they overcompensate. But he seems like he has a pretty solid mental state, so I think I see success.
There you go. A little two-seam action coming back over the plate. 2 down. Jackknifed Campbell. And that'll bring up John Collette, the first baseman. Collette, the second leading hitter in the ICL. Behind only Jeff Costello at 446.
Wow. He was a dominant hitter in his youth days, too. I remember playing with him, as I said last Friday, back in the good old days, 11, 12 years old, and he could rake. Obviously stayed the same.
1-0 the count to Collette. Guzman delivers. Fouled off.
Coming in pretty firm, as you can see there. Just barely fought off by Collette. I'd say that's about 90 miles an hour.
The other great thing about the other thing that's good for Kelvin Guzman is that you got 2 valuable coaches to help you with your pitching, in DeAngelis and Matt Karras. That just misses outside. Ross Curley.
Breaker there on the outside part.
You could hear Ross Curley saying "attaboy," thinking that was on the corner. Unfortunately, he didn't get the call, but that's basically where he wants to live. 2-1 the count. Down low, 3-1. Collette mentioned the 446 average, 1 homer and 10 RBIs, and 6 doubles, an OPS of 1092. With another dangerous hitter and Wagner Gomez on deck. Lined out of the reach of Curley into center field for a base hit.
Clean piece of hitting there by Collette. Saw an inside fastball and drove his hands right through it. Right up the middle for a base hit. Textbook hitting there from JC. I didn't realize that. I believe Wagner Gomez is a switch hitter.
Yeah, Gomez is, I believe, the only switch hitter in the ICL. And he's certainly the only one I've ever seen in my career
pretty darn good
with the Blue Sox. Absolutely. And he crushed one to left field for the home run that put the Royals up 5-1 last night as Derlin blocks this one in the dirt, ball 1.
I would say that's more of a power curveball, Sam. You could see it. Not as much side to side, but more of an up and down, but hard.
Gomez batting .310 with 2 homers and 16 RBIs. 16 RBIs are a team high. He takes just below the knees, 2-0. Good hitters count for a power hitter in Gomez. He reaches for that one, pops it foul, and we have an official broadcast? Yes, we do. On to Worthing Road. 2-1.
Almost my car over there. Silver Honda Pilot.
Rather have it dent the door than dent the glass, certainly.
Did it hit that one? No, I think it went over.
I don't know. I didn't look too long. Grounded to the right side, through for a base hit. So first and second, 2 out. A little rally going here for the Royals as they try to get back into this ball game. And time is called, and Derlin is going to go out to have a word with Kelvin. Gomez now has hits in 3 straight games. And that'll bring up Sean Harrington, the catcher. Down low for ball 1.
Most important pitch in baseball, Sam, first pitch strike. Has failed to do so, I believe, the last 3 hitters.
Yeah, absolutely.
In
Resulting in base hits. Let's see if this is any different.
It's a great spot there.
Ooh, I don't know. I think you should have gotten that one. 2-0. Another hitter's count here. Big spot here for Kelvin. Steps off the rubber. Needs to get one over here. The pitch. There it is.
Same spot there too.
2-1. That's probably an automatic take there for Harrington though in that situation. You gotta prove to you know what, like I say, prove to him he can throw a strike, right?
I don't know. 2-0 count. It depends on the coach's philosophy, but most of the time you're gonna look for something to hit. Obviously that strike was kind of on the outside part, really dotted in the low outside part of the knees, but goes either way there.
And time is called by Harrington before Kelvin can get set. 2-2 the count. Upstairs, full count, so the runners will be off with this pitch. Kelvin, his last start, got the win. 4 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, but 6 walks. Runners go. This is popped up, foul, and out of play.
Parked in a pretty risky area over there.
He's allowed at least 3 walks in each of his starts, and allowed 6 walks in each of his last 2. Has a whip right now of 1.86. Payoff pitch again. Runs inside, and it's ball 4. And the bases are loaded. And Derlin's going to go out to have another word with Kelvin. This it's such a good start to the inning, and then fell behind each of the last 3 batters, and now he's got the bases loaded. What are you telling him out there if you're Derlin?
Well, I think he's actually throwing relatively well. Like I said, he's struggling getting that first pitch strike over, getting him a little bit of a hole. But some of those calls, I think they could have gone either way. So being pretty selective by the Royals as of right now.
Here's Sean Cameron, the shortstop, and he swings at the first pitch and fouls it off. So there's first pitch strike, 0-1. Cameron is only playing in his 7th game. And he's batting .333 with 1 homer and 6 RBIs. Kelvin misses up and away, 1-1. Fouled off, and it's 1-2.
He can get away with that fastball because it is pretty overpowering in this league. Like I said, 88-90, as he was down in Katuitt earlier this year. So you can see a lot of foul balls on pretty straight fastballs.
Check swing. Did he go around? They will appeal. He went.
He did.
He definitely, yeah, he went. So an appeal. Cameron trying to appeal, but to no avail. So the Royals strand the bases loaded. Good job of working out trouble by Kelvin. And after 1 complete, Blue Sox 3, Royals nothing. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. You can follow LSP on the web at www.localsportsproductions.com, facebook.com/localsportsproductions, and on Twitter at LSP37. And be sure to subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel and support LSP on Patreon, patreon.com/LSP37. 9-1 and 2 due up here for the Blue Sox in the top of the second. Chris Ruocco, Aaron Barboza, and Ross Curley. Jacob Amarello out there for second inning of work, came in on an emergency basis after Somerville starter Steve Chamberlain left with an injury without recording an out, and that is inside to Chris Ruocco for ball one. Rocco batting .225. He lifts this one into left field. Back goes Campbell, and he makes the catch for out number one. So the lineup turns over for Aaron Barboza, who walked on a full count pitch and came around to score as he takes inside for ball one. One and out to Aaron. And the pitch, and that hits him. Couple of pitches there, missing way up and into Barboza.
So it happens sometimes with the lefty on lefty. You get a little lefty run, arm side, and we'll get that crowded lefty, the speedy Aaron Barboza. So he'll be on first base. And if you're the catcher Harrington here, you got to expect something because that kid could be the fastest guy in the league.
Faster than Costello? Faster than Levine?
I would not be surprised.
Outside for ball one to Roscoe, who singled, stole a base, and scored.
From what I heard, he made his way up to AA in the Mariners organization by bunting on and swiping bags. So
down and in, 2-0.
No Costello tonight, huh?
No Costello the last 3 games now.
Really?
Including this one. The 2-0. Swing and a miss.
Ooh, healthy cut there by Roscoe. He wanted all that.
There might have been a change-up there that he swung over. Expecting the 2-0 fastball. He dropped the change-up on him. Low, 3-1.
He'll definitely do it.
Do you run Aaron on this pitch?
Absolutely.
He does go. Pitch is skied into right center field. He's going to split the gap. Barboza is on his way to third.
It's absolutely going to score him.
Curley into second. It's an RBI double, and the Blue Sox are up 4-0. You called it.
Once again, Ross Curley finds himself on second base with a double.
Fastball count. Speedster on first. A plus B equals C, right?
That's right, Sam.
So second hit of the game for Ross, and that's a strike to Taylor Ferguson. 0-1. Taylor looking to pick up his third RBI of the game. If he can get a base hit here, he had a 2-run single his last time up. He swings and misses at a high one, and it's 0-2. Low for ball one. And time is called. As Harrington's going to go out to have a word with Amarello. May have gotten their signals crossed there.
Looks like something.
4-0 Blue Sox, top of the second. RBI double by Curley this inning. Outside 2-2. Jake Amarello called into emergency duty here. Pitching his third straight game on 3 consecutive days. As Ferguson
that could be trouble.
Hits his one to right field, and it gets down. Ross will advance to third.
There you have it. We saw it on Friday night as well. Those bloopers, you never count them out getting out of the box. They tend to bleed around here.
Yeah, although the blooper last night had much more consequence than this one, at least as it stands right now. First and third, one out. Ferguson with the second single. Here's Alvarez. Misses inside, does Amarillo, for ball one. Alvarez hit a double his last time up. He fouls that one off, and it's 1-1.
Ooh, he wanted that one.
Strike two, 1-2.
Kind of wincing to himself there was Alvarez after taking
yeah,
that pitch
thinking he
should
take a cut at that one. 1-2, way outside. Doesn't have to wince at that one for sure. 2-2. And you know, this offensive streak that the Blue Sox have been on, it's been all against teams that are fighting for something. It's not like teams have been, eliminated from the playoff race or anything. As Alvarez skies this one to right center, like you said, no guarantee.
Tries tagging, draws a throw.
And Ross will get back to third on the catch by the right fielder, Ronke. So out.
Base running there by Curley. You could see he was just shallow of halfway on the base pass there towards home plate. Draws a throw, see if anything happened, and scurries back to third base. Unfortunately, Ferguson couldn't advance the second on the throw through.
First and third, still now 2 out for Dan Graham, who takes up and in ball one. Graham drew a walk his last time up. And he swings and misses in an off-speed pitch there for a strike one.
The 1-0 changeup is a very good pitch to master. Get a lot of guys swinging on that.
That goes all the way to the backstop, and Ross is going to be out as Ross tried to do a little Texas two-step around the tag from Amarillo, and the inning is over. So
you got caught dancing there.
Yep. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left. And after 1.5, Blue Sox 4, Royals nothing. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. You can follow the Blue Sox on the web at www.lexingtonbluesox.com, facebook.com/Lexington Blue Sox, and on Twitter and Instagram at BlueSox_ICL. Bottom of the second, with the bottom third of the order due up for the Royals, Luke Ronke, Adam Johnson, and Nick Valdario. First pitch to Ronke from Guzman skips to the backstop for ball one.
So if I'm Guzman's pitching coach, what I stress here big time, and what I'll always stress as a pitching coach, is first pitch strikes. You got to get ahead of those hitters, get your leader, most importantly.
And he gets this one on a couple of hops to Silvestro, firing on to first. 1 down.
Easy play there for Justin over the hot corner. 2 skips and a charity hop. Easily makes the play for out number 1.
For that, Ronke was batting .217 with 1 homer and 6 RBIs. That'll bring up Adam Johnson, the second baseman, batting .314 with 3 RBIs, 16 hits, only one of them for extra bases, a double. And that's fouled off for strike one. Fouled off, and it's 0-2.
A couple good pitches there from Guzman on the lower outside part of the plate.
Guzman would like an easy inning here after his lead got extended, and nail biter of sorts in the bottom of the first. This is blooped into shallow right, and
great talk there. Good job by Julian calling off second baseman Rocco. As we've seen, and I'll say it time and time again, we've had some trouble here on at center field.
It's Barboza in right field.
Oh, excuse me.
So that'll bring up Nick Valdario, the youngster.
That looks like Julian over there, no?
And is that Barboza in left?
That is Julian.
So they did switch. So Julian is in right and Barboza's in left?
Yep.
That's very different than what I'm used to. 267 with 1 homer and 13 RBIs for Valdario.
I was going to say, I wasn't losing my eyesight. I know Julian when I see him.
It's on the outside corner for strike one. Like the lineup said Barboza in right and Alvarez in left. That's what. But it is Julian in right?
That's him, man.
All right. All right.
Oh, I know my vision. I know my vision. That's Julio over there in right field. Great pitch right there. That's the curveball.
Four teams have clinched playoff berths in the ICL. Blue Sox, Reds, Chiefs, and Merchants. A swing and a miss at a high fastball away.
Good sequence there from Guzman. That'll end the second.
Would you like some crackers with that cheese? After two complete, Blue Sox 4, Royals nothing. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Coverage of Blue Sox baseball on LSP continues tomorrow night at 7:55 p.m. when the Blue Sox host the Watertown Reds. That's going to be a good one. Watch or listen live at localsportsproductions.com/live. Then stream the game the next day at localsportsproductions.com/on-demand or on YouTube. After Dan Graham was stranded at home plate off that throw out of Curley at home, he'll lead off the top of the third to be followed by Alex Wojcik and Justin Silvestro. 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors, 3 men left. Yes, Maddie.
Come and say hi.
Oh, okay, how's it going, Maddie?
Good, how are you?
Good. So it is Julian in right, right?
Julian's in right.
Okay.
I trust my vision. You guys got to trust my vision more.
Ball 2. 2-0 to Grammer. As I was saying, 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors, 3 men left, as that's a big swing and a miss by Dan Graham. 2-1 for 4-5-0-3 for the Blue Sox. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 3 men left for the Royals. Check swing down and away, and it's 3-1.
I got the black Chevy. He's going to the black Chevy.
Oh, yeah?
This bitch right here. You guys got a pool going or
Nope.
Oh.
Went for it.
Full count. Place your bets. Matty, what happens if he hits it on this pitch? Nope.
Goes down looking there is Graham.
One down, and that is the first strikeout for Amarillo.
Couple decent outside fastballs that Graham just couldn't get his head on.
I'll bring up Alex Wojtek, who had a sacrifice fly in the first inning. Takes upstairs ball one. Up and away, 2-0. Now, Amarillo has been throwing 2-0 off-speed stuff. Do you think
we'll see it again?
Think we'll see more of the same?
Yep.
Although Alex was late on that pitch.
Yeah, I think he was thinking other way. Change up dipping away from him. Lefty change up falling away.
2-1 the count. Smokes this one down the left field line and foul. 2-2.
Having himself a good at bat here is Wojtek. We'll see if we can put one in play.
Two and two with Justin Silvestro on deck. And the pitch, way outside.
Looks like he lost grip of a slider there.
'40th pitch coming up for Amarillo. Here it is. Pop foul over the screen.
Not as many bugs as Friday night, I'll tell you that. That was
Yeah,
terrible.
but you can see we're breaking out the off tonight, aren't we? What's up, Sway?
I could taste it.
Ugh. Check swing. They'll
Hold there.
appeal.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Hate to see that. I didn't think there was even any consolation there on a check swing, but you can hear from the Somerville Royals bench some chirps. You're not watching the game. As the home plate umpire appealed to him, he had nothing but just threw his hands up in his air.
So, after all that drama, Alex Wojtek is on first base, and I'll bring up Justin Silvestro. Down low for ball one.
New glove, yep. Just came in today. I'm trying to break it in a little bit.
Got the Italian flag on it, too?
Italian flag, yep.
Got your name on it, too?
Just my number.
Okay.
Not my number for this team, but my career number, which is 13.
Doubled it up for the Blue Sox.
Yeah, I didn't really have a choice, but I'll take it.
2-0 the count here. Stroh flew out to center his first time up. Low
Get
gets
away.
away from Harrington. Up to second goes Wojtek on the wild pitch. So 3-0 the count. Taking here?
Yep.
No, he goes for it. Out of play, though. 3-1. Mrs. Wojtek says Alex totally went. This is grounded up the middle. Picked up by Cameron on to first.
Good spinning play up the hole there by Cameron. Advancing to third is Wojtek, so there'll be two down. And who's this?
This is Derlin. Derlin grounded into a fielder's choice to end the first. We can't offer the umpires replay, but if we have a Blue Sox fan saying Alex went, sets low for ball one. Thanks for the eyes, Mrs. Wojtek. 2-0.
So both arms in the last two or three innings or so having some trouble consistently finding the strike zone. A lot of pass balls, a lot of wild pitches.
This is wide down the left field line. Foul.
All over that was Tejada, just foul. I'm sure he wanted that one.
Another 2-0 off speed pitch.
Looked like it.
Yeah.
That one a little too good.
It's when you 2-0, you're thinking fastball. Like that catches the inside corner 2-2, more off speed stuff. The pitch, swing and a miss and a pitch up and away, and the side's retired. So the Royals won't suffer for the controversial check swing. And after 2.5, Blue Sox 4, Royals nothing. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Get your company's message on air or on localsportsproductions.com for as little as $25 per ad. Visit localsportsproductions.com/advertising or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. We go to the bottom of the third. It'll be the top third of the order due up for the Royals. Jake Santolo, Brian Campbell, and John Collette. Santolo flew out to right his first time up in the first. There's that first pitch strike.
Yeah, we need it.
Yep.
But I remember, Sam, I don't know if you recall, you have a better memory than I with players, opposing players, but there was a nifty shortstop for the Royals last year. Italian kid, I forget his last name. Remember him? With the big leg kick? Yeah, Caggiano. Where's he? Is he still playing or no?
Oh yeah, he's playing. He was in the lineup last night.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Was he playing short?
I forgot if he was playing short or second.
Where is he tonight? I haven't seen him the last 2 days up here.
Not in the lineup, but this is in to center field, and this will be caught by Taylor for out number 1. So Santolo flies out for the second time, and that'll bring up Brian Campbell. Campbell struck out looking on a 1-2 pitch his last time up. 37 pitches thus far for Kelvin, 24 for strikes. Down and in, and it gets away from Derlin for ball 1.
It's really a pretty sight when you can get that power curveball over the plate.
Fastball over the outside corner to even the count at 1. I don't know, I feel like Kelvin's been hitting that spot a few times tonight, but he hasn't gotten that call the whole time on that particular spot. Oh, he blows the fastball right by him there, 1-2.
You're talking about that lower outside pitch?
On the outside corner to the left-handed hitters at the knees.
Yeah, it's been the arguable pitch here tonight for Guzman.
He can hit that spot and get the call. He'll be untouchable. Little looper into right field. Down in front of Julian for a base hit. It's a good piece of 2-strike hitting there by Campbell, and that'll bring up, again, the second leading hitter in the ICL, John Collette, to the plate. Collette singled and was stranded at third in the first.
Yeah, if this is their time, this is their time, the Royals. You got John Collette, JC, and Wagner Gomez, who both had singles their last time up.
That's in there for strike one.
And hard hit singles nonetheless.
And time is called by Collette. Blue Sox wearing gray pants tonight, and we even on road games we haven't been wearing the gray pants very much this year.
No, not a lot of wearage.
Swing and a miss, 0-2.
Healthy hack, swung right through on a high fastball there by JC.
Gotta love the stirrups, the really high stirrups that JC's wearing.
Kind of an old school look.
Fouled off.
Very relaxed approach from Collette. Free and easy swing.
Doesn't
Good
get
approach.
Doesn't get too tense. Even on the extra base hits, doesn't try to overswing. But still has a quick swing. It's not like it's like
It looks slow, but yeah, he gets his hands through it pretty nicely.
check swing. They'll appeal. No, they won't appeal. It's up and away. 1-2. The 1-2. Inside, pops off of Derlin's mitt, but no advance by Campbell, and it's 2-2. Derlin out to have a word with Kelvin.
Where was it here?
Yes.
Yeah. That sounds right.
When she enters comes off of what?
Right.
So
No, that makes sense. Now that I just completely forgot. Yeah. Right.
Campbell, small lead off of first.
Right.
And the 2-2. Breaking ball, can't get the inside
Ooh,
corner.
He wanted it, both of them. Both Derlin and
Kelvin, yeah.
Guzman. Whew.
That.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. I just, for some reason.
Are you running Campbell in this one?
We got full count one.
Full count, one out. He's getting a start. No, he doesn't run. This is ground line. Spearing catch by Alex Foytik. Getting back to first is Campbell, but that's a lot more mobility than you expect from a catcher.
Well, you know, I think with the runner kind of playing the little hopscotch over there really helped to Alex's advantage. He was kind of going back, so Alex was able to jump off the bag, and he kind of timed it up perfectly, so he got the extra step in the ball, and easy play really for him.
So 2 down. That brings up Wagner Gomez, who singled his last time up. Kelvin delivers. Runner goes. Pitches high. Throw down to second. They got him.
Nice play there by Derlin.
2-6 on the caught stealing, and the side is retired. So after 3 complete, still Blue Sox 4, Royals nothing. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Want LSP to tape or broadcast your team's games? Rates start at just $50 per game. Visit localsportsproductions.com/services or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. So Wagner Gomez is going to move from the DH slot to the mound, and Bruce tells me which minor league organization did he pitch in?
I think it was the Reds.
The Reds organization.
Yep.
Okay, and he also caught. You said, so he can really do it all for the Somerville Royals.
Third baseman, catcher, pitcher, switch hitter, you name it. Wagner has it.
Gomez does not have any. It's actually Gomez's first pitching appearance with the Royals. He's going to work exclusively from the stretch, and this is upstairs for ball one to Chris Ruaco.
Yeah, more Ks than registered pretty high Ks per 9, over 9 through his career in the minor leagues.
Way upstairs, Rock has to duck 2-0. Rock flew out to left his first time up in the second. So that closes the book on Jacob Amarello, who goes 3 innings, allows just 2 hits, 2 walks, 1 run, and 2 strikeouts. Also threw 1 wild pitch and hit 2 wild pitches and hit a batter, as that is in there for strike 1, 2-1.
Pretty live arm here from Gomez, and nice, loose, free, and easy motion. So,
well, you got to have a strong arm if you're going to play shortstop or third base. So,
absolutely, but just athletic off the mound, you can tell.
Up and in, 3-1. But like I said, this is the first time he's pitched for the Royals. So, and he misses upstairs for ball 4. And Rock is aboard with a leadoff walk.
Yeah, with the rainouts in the schedule, you know, the arms can't all be ready, as you could see earlier with Amarillo throwing on 3 consecutive days, which is
we've had
never
Bods
really promoted in the game of baseball nowadays.
We've had Bods, we've had Bodner, we've had Scanlon on hand. We're going to be like this is the third of 6 games in 6 days for the Blue Sox. Rocco bluffs off of first, and it's low for ball 1.
Good aggressive jump there from Rocco.
The most aggressive
secondary, rather.
Yeah, the most aggressive jump I've seen a hitter get. I believe it was Friday night against Somerville when Ross got that running lead on that stolen base he had. He was almost halfway to second when the pitch was thrown.
Well, he was already gone, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And
his first move on a lefty, though, so that's usually how it works. Once that left leg goes up, even most of the time when the lefties, they're looking right at the runner, but there's nothing they can do about it because they're already devoted to their motion, you know. So heads up running there by Curley.
Upstairs 2-0 to Aaron, who has reached base twice without the aid of a hit, walked leading off the ball game, and was hit by a pitch in the second. Both times he came around to score. Up and away, throw down to first, and it skips to the first baseman, Colette. 3-0. Rocco's not attempted a stolen base this season in his career. In fact, he is 0 for 1 in stolen base attempts, which is surprising for someone who's got decent speed like him. Upstairs, he doesn't need to run here, ball 4. And back-to-back walks to begin the 4th, and I don't think this is what James McConville envisioned when he sent Wagner out to pitch. And remember, with Wagner pitching, now the Royals have lost the DH.
Yeah, well, you know, he might not even remember the last time he towed the rubber. Wagner Gomez, and it doesn't look like they have many arms in their dugout over there, the Royals. So we'll see what the next 3 1/3 innings look like. How are you doing? Thank you so much.
Hey, Matt Keogh's in attendance. How's it going, Matt?
Great. How are you, sir?
Good. You been tuning in?
Shout out to broker Matt Keogh
All right.
on the new glove.
We got video tonight. Please, this is a family show. Inside for ball 1 to Ross, who's 2 for 2, single and a double.
Got a little work to do on it. Let it bake. Yeah.
The pitch, up and in, 2-0. 11 pitches, 10 balls for Wagner.
Yeah, that's not good for any pitcher. It's not what anyone wants to see.
Gomez is 25 from Bani, Dominican Republic. It's upstairs 3-0. He last pitched 3 years ago for Billings of the Pioneer League. And another walk.
See if McConville gets any action going here with 3 straight walks.
The question is, can he?
My question is for you, Sam, is can you forfeit a game?
That's not
As a manager?
that's not my decision, and that's not something I want to think about right now. Inside, skips to the backstop. And sliding home safely is Ruaco with the 5th run. Although I gotta say, kind of gotta feel bad for James McConville. I mean, these last 3 games against the Blue Sox, just the way they have played out.
Can't win them all, and the schedule doesn't really help with the back-to-back games. So.
No, and they have no true home games like Trum Field. As this skips to the backstop, this could be a play of the plate, but having a hard time digging it out of the dirt is Harrington, and it is 6-0.
Clearly a lot of trouble finding the plate is Gomez.
Well, looking at the Somerville roster, let's see. Well, nobody who's currently in the field has pitched for them this season. 2-0 the count. There is a strike. 2-1. So now Ross at third. 2-1 the count. Inside 3-0. 3-1 rather. Infield in. And the pitch. Fired over the heart of the plate for strike 2. The pitch on the inside corner for strike 3. That's a confidence builder, certainly, for Wagner, as he gets a good hitter in Taylor for out number 1. So Gomez, as a pitcher, in 2013 in the Arizona League with the Reds, issued 13 walks in 13 2/3 innings and went 0-6. This is upstairs to Julian for ball 1. And in 2014, allowed 14 walks and 24 2/3 innings with between 2 levels of rookie ball. Upstairs, 2-0.
Looks like his career in the minor leagues lasted between the ages of 18 and 22 years old. So he came straight from the Dominican to play here.
Yep. Julian takes strike 1, 2-1. Looks like the Blue Sox are in heavy take mode.
Yeah.
After those first several pitches.
Indubitably.
2-1 to Julian. Oh, and that hit him. Julian will take a minute to walk that one off. So 3 walks and a hit batsman in this inning for
Really just
Wagner
goes to
Gomez.
show you, like when you pitch in the, in the minor league system and you're doing your thing for 3 or 4 years and then you don't get back on the rubber for between 2 or 3 more years, how different it can really, it's a really challenging thing to become a pitcher and be consistent when you don't step on the mound in multiple years.
Looks like we have a pinch hitter for Dan Graham. As that's down and in, it's Jake Wilsey. So that's ball 1. Wilsey takes on the inside corner, 1-1. He doesn't like the call.
Not a great call.
Wagner Gomez getting his first appearance on the mound in 3 years in competitive baseball. Is that step? Inside, 2-1. Popped up in foul ground. Santolo will watch it go out of play. 2-2. Like I say, you got to feel for James McConville's club because they're in a playoff race and they're put into this position.
Yeah, well, you can't predict the weather, obviously. And
Obviously.
with the rainouts, you got to get the games in at some point. And
Gomez looks at first, comes set. The pitch. Inside. Ball 3. Somerville fans not happy with that call, but that was inside. Wilsey said it almost hit him. So.
yeah. I wasn't quite sure if that was him at first, but yeah.
No, I heard Wilsey say it almost hit me, man.
Yeah. And it did.
Yeah. So 3-2 pitch. I don't think Alvarez is going to be running here. Fouled off. Remains 3-2. If you're just joining us, Somerville starter Steve Chamberlain left midway through his 5th batter of the game with an apparent shoulder injury. Elbow injury, okay. As the lefty apparently injured his left elbow. I wonder what that's going to result in. That's ball 4 to Jake Wilsey, and the bases are loaded, and here comes James McConville.
It's got to go to somebody, right? This is the second time out this inning. So we'll see who toes the rubber next.
So Gomez. So Adam Johnson is going to take over on the mound. And Gomez is going to third. And then
Santolo looks like he's moving over to second base.
We'll figure out the shuffle while we take this break. 6-0 Blue Sox, top of the fourth. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. You can follow LSP on the web at www.localsportsproductions.com, facebook.com/localsportsproductions, and on Twitter at LSP37. And be sure to follow the LSP YouTube channel and support LSP on Patreon, patreon.com/LSP37. So we go to Alex Wojcik's at-bat, and the shuffle will result in Wagner Gomez going to third, Jake Santolo going from third to second, and Adam Johnson moving from second to the pitcher, to the pitching mound. And the pitch to Alex Wojcik is down and away for ball one. Wojcik has no official at-bat, has a sacrifice fly and a walk. And Alex skies this one into foul territory on the left side. And making the catch, straddling the foul line, is the shortstop Cameron for out number 2. So that'll bring up Justin Silvestro. Stroh is 0 for 2, fly out to center and a ground out to short. Second time in the inning, the Blue Sox have sent 8 men to the plate. Second time in the inning, right? Second time in the game they've sent 8 men to the plate in an inning, I meant. Johnson, the righty, winds and delivers. Fouled straight back for strike 1. Stroh fouls this one to the left and out of plate. It's 0-2. Blue Sox have 6 runs on just 5 hits right now. They've drawn 4 walks this inning. Johnson with the wind and the pitch. Outside, 1-2. Curley at third, Alvarez at second, Wilsey at first. And now Johnson will step off and step back on. The 1-2. Grounded to the left side, scooped up by Cameron, will fire all the way to first in time, and the side is retired. The Blue Sox pick up 2 runs on no hits and leave the bases loaded. After 3.5, we're halfway home. It is the Blue Sox 6 and the Royals nothing. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. You can follow the Blue Sox on the web at www.lexingtonbluesox.com, facebook.com/Lexington Blue Sox, and on Twitter and Instagram at BlueSox_ICL. All right, so Wagner Gomez is going to lead things off here in the bottom of the fourth, 1-for-1 with a single. Kelvin Guzman still out there for his fourth inning of work.
Yeah, so we'll see what Calvin can stir up here in the top of the fourth inning, as he had pretty long wait time. I didn't see him throw too much in the bullpen, so sometimes those long waits will get to pitchers, other times they need it.
And he immediately throws the first one over Derlin's glove for ball one. Check swing. And no appeal. It's 2-0. You got the long way. Now you face a good hitter like Gomez. The 2-0. Catches the inside corner there. 2-1.
Good pitch there by Guzman.
Slipped out of his hands there, and it's 3-1. Guzman winds and delivers. Popped up. Whoa!
Wow.
Ricocheted off one of the bars of the fence, and then right back and clipped the home plate umpire in the calf. Full count. This is one of the Rob. It feels like this is one of those games where, like, you know, it feels like it should be out of reach by now, but it's only a 6-run game, and the Royals still have 12 outs to play with. Like, you can't get sleepy or whatever if you're the Blue Sox.
Absolutely. I mean, 6 runs is really nothing in the game of baseball. We've seen a lot of different things happen. So,
and
we've said that before. I mean, even when it was 11 or 10 on Friday night.
Yeah.
Still got to keep attacking hitters and, you know, maintain focus. It's really a focus battle at this point for the Blue Sox.
One out, that brings up Sean Harrington. As Kelvin missed. Oh, he got it. Wow. That looked high. Breaking ball. Ooh.
Great looking pitch there. Must have missed a little high.
That looked more like a strike than the first pitch.
Very similar in location.
That one looked a little more inside and lower, though. 1-1 the count and the pitch. 2-1. Harrington walked his first time up in the first. And now Gomez steps off. Guzman, rather, steps off the rubber. 2-1 the count. Low ball 3.
Don't agree with that pitch selection there from Guzman. 2-1 count. He hurls over a breaking ball that misses, where at this point in the game you just want to throw strikes, let the defense do the work for you.
Pop foul into the screen, and it's a full count. And with a 6-run lead, you know, we talk about, you know, how, you know, the game's not over, but you can afford to be more aggressive with your pitch selection. You don't have to make batters chase so much. You can throw strikes.
Fastballs, and especially like I said earlier with Calvin's powering fastball, I mean, you can get away with a lot more than the average pitcher.
Like that. Strikeout number 4 for Kelvin, and there's 2 down. Kind of a circuitous route to get that strikeout, but he got it. Then I'll bring up Sean Cameron, who struck out swinging his first time up in the first. No runs, 3 hits, no errors, 3 men left for the Royals. 6 runs, 5 hits, no errors, and 7 men left for the Blue Sox. This is grounded to Curley. He'll fire onto first. And a 1-2-3 inning for Kelvin Guzman.
That's just what we needed after the long rest for him. So see if he continues on in this game. No action in the Blue Sox bullpen.
And I think Rick would appreciate if he could go at least one more inning, because you need the rest for the rest of the you need to rest your arms for the rest of the week as well. So after 4 complete, Blue Sox 6, Royals nothing. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Coverage of Blue Sox baseball on LSP continues tomorrow night at 7:55 p.m. when the Blue Sox host the Watertown Reds. Watch or listen live at localsportsproductions.com/live. Then stream the game the next day at localsportsproductions.com/on-demand or on YouTube. Darren Tejeda, Chris Ruocco, and Aaron Barboza due up here in the top of the 5th for the Blue Sox. Remember, this may be at Lexington High, but this is a home game for the Somerville Royals. This game was originally scheduled to be played at Trum Field earlier in the season, but with the scheduling conflicts at Trum, the game has been moved here. Derlin is 0 for 2, grounded into a fielder's choice and struck out swinging.
Sam, my vote for most improved player over the last year,
absolutely. I actually talked to him about what's contributed to his success at the plate this year, as that's over for strike 1-1-1, and he told me he's getting his foot down earlier in his stride. It may take away some of his power, but it greatly improves. Yeah. It greatly improves his timing, his contact, his average, everything.
Absolutely, and not only that, but on the other side of the plate, as a catcher, he's done a lot better job framing the ball, calling games.
Yep.
On my behalf, and I've talked to some of the other guys on the staff, and it's good to hear and it's good to see. Multiple times now.
Fouled off, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, I've thrown to him a few times, and a lot more confident behind the plate. It seems like his baseball IQ's improved, and perhaps from playing at the collegiate level or the NIAA level at Fisher College has helped him a lot, being able to catch Kelvin throughout the year.
Fouled off.
I don't know, it's his 3rd game. Is he still a rookie?
The pitch, downstairs, full count. Three and 2 the count. Game is about the hour-and-a-half mark. Derlin gets on top of this one, grounds it to short. Cameron has it, fires on to first. Nearly pulls Collette off the bag, but he stays with it for out number 1. Good contact there by Derlin, but got on top of it too much. That was a bit of a high pitch, too. So I'll bring up Chris Ruocco, who is 0 for 1, walked last inning and scored. Up and in for ball 1.
Yeah, no shortage of balls tonight. in the pitching.
Yeah, Wagner Gomez in his third of an inning threw 31 pitches, 22 for balls. Popped up a mile-high foul and out of play.
Tough ratio there for Gomez.
1-1. Low, and it skips to the backstop, 2-1. The walks that the Blue Sox have been drawing tonight, the Blue Sox, coming into tonight's game, have drawn the second fewest walks in the ICL. Upstairs, 3-1.
Surprising what we've seen, considering what we've seen this calendar week.
Yeah, but at the same time, you know, the Blue Sox are batting as a team, what, 306? They're getting on base. That's the end result. And another walk drawn by Ruaco, his second of the game.
What's that stand for, the 306 mark in the league?
First, by far. The next closest team, actually not as far as I thought. Wakefield's batting 299. They're much closer than I thought they were, but
17 points onto our team average on Friday night, says our statistician Bruce Hack.
We were at 307 last night. We came back down.
up and away. 1-0 to Aaron Barboza, who has 2 walks and a hit by pitch. Over the heart of the plate for strike 1. It's not nearly as much drama as there was last night here. 6-0 in the top of the 5th, and a lot of walks issued by the Royals pitching, all 4 of them tonight. This is chopped to the right side. Only play will be to first. Santolo has it, goes over to first, and the speedy Barboza is retired. 2 down and a runner at second. And it looks like Sal Frelick is going to pinch hit for Ross Curley.
The kid.
So he takes over for Ross, who was 2 for 2 with a single and a double, as that's up and away for ball 1. Sal 2 for 4 with a homer and 3 RBIs in limited action this year. Two 2-0. Blue Sox have drawn 8 walks tonight. Is a season high. There have been 2 hit batsmen. As that misses. 3-0.
A lot of credit over to my left is Bruce Hack, our statistician. Without him, I don't know how many numbers we'd be able to conjure up over here, Sam.
And 4 wild pitches as well. That's fouled over the left field bleachers. 3-1. Sal, as I'm sure we've told you, is going to BC in a year for on a baseball free ride. Another BC baseball product from Lexington High, in addition to Chris Shaw, who may be a September call for the Giants this year.
Would not be surprised.
Swing and a miss, and it's a full count. Shaw is actually taken over the number 2 spot on the MLB.com.
Top 100, right?
Not on the top 100, but he's the number 2 prospect in the Giants organization, behind Christian Arroyo, who's already with the big club. The payoff pitch, ground to the right side and through for a base hit. Ruaco is being waved around third. The throw is air-mailed. And into second on the throw is Frelick. So the Blue Sox are now up 7-0.
Yeah, you could see that ball out of his hand out in right field. That was coming straight for the backstop, and it did so, allowing Frelick to easily get second base.
Great job getting a hold of that payoff pitch there by Frelick. So
Very mature high school hitter.
Sal picks up his 4th RBI of the season. That'll bring up Taylor Ferguson. And he grounds this one to second, and it skips past Cintolo into right center field. Frelick with his speed will coast in.
Hard hit ball, just ate him up right there at second base.
It is now 8-0.
Slowly chipping and adding runs are the Blue Sox.
It was hit.
What do you think, Sam?
That was hit hard, but I think he should have had it. So
right at him. I don't know. I think you got to give him an error.
So 8-0 on the error by the second baseman Cintolo, and we have a pinch hitter for Julian Alvarez. It'll be Connor Green. In there for strike one to Connor. Connor, you know, has for the most part come off the bench for the Blue Sox, but when he has, he's produced. He's batting .313 with 5 RBIs. Oh, what a snag there in front of the Blue Sox dugout by Matt Keogh. 0-2 the count. The pitch into right field.
It looks like
Ronke makes the catch for the out that retires the side. The Blue Sox get 2 runs on 1 hit and 1 error and leave 1. After 4.5, Blue Sox 8, Royals nothing. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Get your company's message on air or on localsportsproductions.com for as little as $25 per ad. Visit localsportsproductions.com/advertising or email Sam at localsportsproductions.com for more information. New pitcher for the Lexington Blue Sox is Kevin Scanlon. Among other changes for the Blue Sox, as we mentioned, Frelick pinch hitting for Curley. He's now short. Green pinch hit for Alvarez. He's now in left. And Dorian Rojas has taken over at first for Alex Wojcik.
Kevin Scanlon, a UMaine product, had a few summers down Cape Cod with, I believe, the Harwich Mariners and Chatham Anglers. Yep. I did have a stint down there when Chatham.
Swing and a miss.
Coach Schiff, very wise human being, among not only just a baseball coach. 2015, I was down there for about 2 or 3 weeks. Was released by Chatham and picked up by Falmouth and stayed another week or 2. So
Scanlon misses
had my cup of coffee
to the
down
backstop.
Cape Cod, which was nice.
Scanlon making his second appearance of the season, inning in the third, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. That appearance came on July 19th against Andre. That was a tough loss there at Maplewood, but Scanlon's performance in that game kept the Blue Sox in contention to possibly get the win. Unfortunately, they did not, but it was a great performance for a first performance of the season for Scanlon as well.
Absolutely.
So late in the season.
I know he had an inning of work down at Cape Cod, and Lincoln Sudbury native, was a very good high school player. Went on to UMaine, had a great career, and I think he was off last year. Didn't play with the Blue Sox, but he's back on the roster. So nice to have another lefty.
On the inside corner, 4-3. So there's the first strikeout of the season for Kevin. And having that good lefty arm in the bullpen is clutch when we haven't had Tony Anino much this year, and obviously Alcis Herrera in Double-A Akron right now.
Crazy story there. You can see that one on Facebook. But also in the absence of Nick Godfrey, he's out in training right now.
Basic?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, 0-1 is popped up foul by Adam Johnson. 0-2 the count. Johnson, now the pitcher, flew out to right his first time up in the second. And now Scanlon will step off the rubber. I think Levis.
Yeah, oh yeah, he snuck a win. Trundy, yep.
Up and away, ball 1.
Steve
Bodner warming up in the bullpen. Think we'll see him later on?
I do.
Good to get Bod some work.
Yeah, Coach Trundy and Coach Schiffner. No lack of experience between those two guys, that's for sure. I tried to make it down to Chatham for a game this year. I went down, and unfortunately it was during the All-Star break, so.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you got eaten alive by traffic on the Sagamore Bridge.
That too, of course. That goes without saying.
Time is called as we have a car down the right field line with its brights on.
Seems like it happens once a week over here. There's always one. What happened last week, there was once a game. And then a few games ago, we had a guy drive right down the right field line just thinking it was a parking spot or something in the right field stands or something. Yeah.
Sal was coaching first. I don't know what he said.
It's always nice to have an officer on the roster.
Blue Sox security. One out single there for Johnson.
So Schiff's got a job lined up. He's going up to Maine to be an assistant coach.
Is he? He was coaching at UMaine for a while too, right?
1 year as a volunteer, now he's going to be.
Yeah.
Because the new head coach is a guy that played for him.
Who's that? You don't know.
Scanlon was actually asking me the same thing.
Here's Nick Valdario, struck out swinging to end the second. Kelvin Guzman going 4 scoreless innings, allowing 3 hits.
Yeah, just being down there for 3 weeks with Coach Schiff, it's amazing how much you learn, just not only about the game of baseball, but life in general. I believe he was a Connecticut high school head coach for a while. Right, Bruce? Yeah.
Swing and a miss.
Class act.
1-1 to Valdario.
Nick Durba, new head coach of UMaine Black Bears.
Fouled off, and it's 1-2.
I've never seen the movie Summer Catch, which is sad. No? Don't know him.
Oh, Brian Dennehy. I've heard of him. He's actually the subject of a pretty good Patton Oswalt bit about character actors and staying thin in Hollywood. As it's
Yeah, but you'd think for someone who played down there, you'd think I'd see the movie, but still nothing. No.
Yeah, those like teen summer romance movies are usually not very good. As that's strike 3 called as Derlin picks up the loose ball. 2 down, 2 strikeouts here for Kevin. And Lamp will turn over for Jake Sintolo.
Not the most conventional leadoff hitter in Sintolo, but his numbers do show that he can get on base.
Yeah, so, like reminds me of like how Kevin Youkilis would lead off for the Red Sox. I mean, they do have some guys who can run, as that's up and in for ball 1, nearly clonked the front of his helmet. Like Nick Valdario and Brian Campbell each have 5 steals for the Royals. And that hits him. So first and second, 2 out for the aforementioned Brian Campbell. And Dorian is going to have a word with Scanlon. And I'll bring up Campbell, who's 1 for 2 with a single, was caught stealing to end the third.
Here comes Matt Karras to check on Scanlon.
Scanlon hurt?
No, I don't think so.
Kind of slow-moving game tonight.
Yeah,
Just,
to say the least.
Yeah, we started at 8:03, but like just with the pitching changes Somerville's had to make, just all the walks and everything. This is line to the left side. Good scoop by Curley. Sliding stop over to second. He couldn't get the throw. Frelick, rather, not Curley, as that gets past the second baseman.
Great bid there by Frelick.
Yeah.
Fielding the ball and simultaneously from his knees throwing over to second base. Unfortunately, Rocco couldn't hold the bag, and it could have been a little outside towards the center field cutout, but
well, they'll play the first run of the game for the Royals. It's now 8-1. And here's John Collette as Scanlon misses upstairs. Ball 1. Upstairs, 2-0. Fielder's choice E4. Oh, it was? E6. I meant to say E6. I'm sorry. Base hit E6. My bad. Swing and a miss. 2-1. No RBI, though. This is popped up, and it's fouled away for strike 2. Rob, how do you stay involved in the game when it's like this?
From a bullpen pitcher's perspective?
Or from a bullpen pitcher's perspective, as this is into left field, and this will be caught by Green for the out that retires the side. But yeah, what do you do, like as a bullpen pitcher, even as just someone on the bench? You know, it's a 7 or 8 run ball game, and it's been a slow moving game. How do you just stay active, stay involved?
Well, from a coach's perspective, and from what I've heard my whole career, is like you always got to expect your name to be called at any time in the game. So Just gotta kind of be ready mentally and stay loose, whether it's moving around or especially if you're playing the cold winter months up north or New England baseball for that matter in early spring. You gotta make sure the muscles are ready to go because sometimes the mind is, but the body isn't, or vice versa. So, you know, it's only 7-inning game, so you can't really. Hey,
Yeah.
Tony. You know, it's 7-inning game, so there's no real excuses. 9-inning games, I mean, it goes both ways. You got to relax in the early innings as a closer and then start getting ready in the 5th, where here it's, you know, 3rd inning rolls around, you got to be ready to go. Games move along a lot quicker.
Want LSP to tape or broadcast your team's games? Rates start at just $50 per game. Video broadcasts also available. Well, as you can see, they are available. Visit localsportsproductions.com/services or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information.
New arm or no?
Swapping the shortstop and the pitcher. So Johnson is in short and Cameron is on the mound.
Got it. Any update on the Red Sox score as Sale's pitching tonight?
Sale was down 5-0.
Wow.
Yeah, he got hammered.
It's going to happen once, right?
All right, Wakefield and Arlington haven't reported yet. Other ICL action tonight. Wakefield. I'm sorry? Oh, wow. The Red Sox came back, huh? In ICL action tonight, you got Wakefield at Arlington and Reading at Andre. Reading and Andre, that's a big. That's got some playoff implications, especially as far as the Blue Sox are concerned. Trying to hope that they can gain some ground on
opportunity to pick up a game.
Yeah,
or some points rather.
Here's Jake Wilsey grounding this one to the new shortstop, who happens to be Adam Johnson, as Sean Cameron is taken over on the mound, and that's 1 pitch, 1 out.
Bodner loosening the bullpen again, so it looks like he'll come in next inning.
Here's Dorian Rojas getting his first at-bat. And he takes down and away ball 1. Dorian batting .333, 11 for 33 with 8 RBIs. Takes down and away ball 2. So Sean Cameron, the 5th pitcher of the ball game for the Somerville Royals. Check swing, it's down and away, and it's 3-0. It's been Chamberlain, Amarillo, Gomez, Johnson, and now Cameron for the Royals. Taking all the way there is Dorian, and it's strike 1, 3-1.
Some words exchanged from Dorian, the home plate umpire, after that call.
Meanwhile, it's just been Guzman and Scanlon for the Blue Sox. This is grounded to the right side, fielded by the second baseman Cintolo, on to first, 2 down. So Andre 7-4 in the top of the 7th. Tomorrow night will be a bittersweet, special but bittersweet night for Andres. They're going to honor their assistant coach, Steve Calabrese, who passed away in April, and retire his number. So that's down and in. Did that hit him? They say no. It's ball 1. So Andre looks like they'll go to 17-6 if their score holds. Inside 2-0.
Two similar pitches there. Inside on Silvestro has him moving a little bit in the box. Another inside pitch. That'll be ball 3.
Trying the same pitch, the fastball in on the hands 3 times in a row, and
no avail.
this is smoke down the right field line, and this will be out of the reach of the right fielder, Ronke. Around first is Silvestro, going to second, and he will get there standing. 3-0 count. Well, that's what you do with him.
Great job hitting there by Silvestro. Just cleaned that one out. Inside pitch. He saw 3 of them earlier, and that one was just right on the barrel. 2-hop the wall for a double.
Silvestro's first extra base hit of the year. Now runner in scoring position for Derlin. Derlin is 0 for 3. Has flown out to center and grounded out to short twice. And he takes up and in ball 1. So, if the scores hold, Andre will be in first place with 34 points. And Lexington, as that's fouled off for strike 1, will be tied with Watertown with 33 points, but Lexington will have 4 games in hand.
So how does that work? Is it the first 2 teams get buys?
The top 2 teams get buys in the first round. The top 6 teams qualify overall. This is grounded to the left side. Pass Gomez into left field for a base hit. Matt Karras is going to hold Silvestro at third. And Derlin has his first hit of the ball game. So I'll bring up Chris Ruaco, who's been on base twice via the walk and scored each of those times. Ruaco looking for his first hit of the ball game. He's 0 for 1. Those 2 walks I mentioned, the 2 runs scored. Flew out to left his first time up, leading off the second. He takes down and away ball 1. The Blue Sox have had a base runner in every inning and have scored in every inning except the third. Into center field, and this will be caught on the run by Valdario for the out that retires the side. That's another good hard hit ball to dead center by Ruaco, but unfortunately comes up short. And after 5.5, still Blue Sox 8, Royals 1. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. You can follow LSP on the web at www.localsportsproductions.com, facebook.com/localsportsproductions, and on Twitter at LSP37. And be sure to subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel and support LSP on Patreon, patreon.com/LSP37. Steve Bodner will make his first appearance on the mound this season. Bodner pitched in only 2 games last year and pitched an inning and 2/3 with 3 strikeouts. Wagner Gomez to lead things off here in the bottom of the 6th, and he swings and misses for strike 1.
It's like a little bit of a change up there. Start him.
Gomez is 1 for 2 with a single. Bods winds and deals. Reach for and pop foul and out of play, 0-2. Bodner last pitch on July 19th against the Somerville Royals, July 19th of last year, as this is skied foul to the right and out of play. Had pitched 2/3 of an inning and had 2 strikeouts. Outside.
Jason there.
Derlin tried to frame it, but that was well outside. Foul to the left and out of play. Good job of hanging in there by Gomez. The Andre Redding game is final. Andre wins 7-4. So the Chiefs have taken over first place in the ICL. Low for ball 2. Blue Sox have 1 game in hand on the Chiefs, though, as that's outside ball 3.
Seems like in this league, Sam, it's a tight race for first, and it's a tight race to just get into the playoffs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, like Arlington has now been eliminated from playoff contention. And now it's just Lexington, Andre, and Watertown battling to see who will get first and second.
And then it looks like Reading, Somerville, and Melrose for that 4, 5, and 6.
Well, 5 and 6, because Wakefield is
5 and 6.
Wakefield actually isn't out of the running for first place just yet, but at this rate it looks like they're going to be the 4 seed. As Gomez draws a walk near Sean Harrington, as Bods misses for a ball, 1-0.
No, I know why. What you gotta do is you have to Google it, and then Google Inner City League baseball standings, and then click on it. You can't do the website. That's what happened with me as well. Yep. At least that's what happened to me.
2-0 the count. Harrington 0 for 1 with a walk. Armando Gomez getting warm. So that's fouled off 2-1.
It's funky. That's happened to me too.
2-1 the count. And the pitch down and in, 3-1. Bods was ahead of Gomez 0-2, lost him, and now he's behind Harrington 3-1. Bods looks at first, comes set, and the pitch, fouled straight back.
You know, I think what happened was I pitched really well in the Futures League. I had like...
Into left field, Green makes the catch.
Problem is, Mr. Green is playing.
Oh, excuse me.
Burgard.
Burgard. Thank you.
Anyways, Bruce, so I played my summer going into my junior year with the North Shore Navigators. I had an all-star campaign through like 33 innings with the .8 ERA. And my coach made a few calls up at Bates, and I think he reached out to Schiffner, and because he played down there, Coach Leonard.
Inside for ball one to
Fortunately,
Luke
got me a temp
Ronke.
spot, so-
Excuse me. Yeah, Sean Cameron, not Ronke. My bad. Ronke, Cameron rather, is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out to short. And this is a little looper down the first base line, and the bat goes flying. Cameron.
Could have killed someone.
Oh,
over
my
there.
God. As Matt Keogh brings the bat back to Cameron. The Royals were arguing that was a fair ball, but Cameron just stayed and watched the bat. Yeah. Oh, I know the umpire said it was foul, but Somerville was arguing it was fair.
Interesting play.
You usually don't see contact like that when the ball goes flying, when the bat goes flying, rather, as that's outside 2-1.
Just don't see too many kids from Bates.
No, I think I was one of the very few Division III baseball players in that league that summer. So, great opportunity, and
So that's fouled away,
wish I could have
2-2.
stayed a little bit longer, but you take what you can get sometimes and run with it. So, never forget that. That's for sure.
Chatham's not a bad place to have to.
Absolutely not. And the thing is, that's funny, is when I was a kid, I used to go watch them play because my great aunt had a house down there. So
Another
go down
full
there, throw
count
with
here.
my dad, play, throw on the bullpen, take grounders on that field, and then all of a sudden I'm playing on it. So it's funny how time goes by so fast, and before you know it, I'm wearing the jersey. So that was pretty cool.
Chopper up the middle. Frelick steps on second for one. On to first.
Taylor
Double play.
double play there by Freelick. Good footwork, easy chopper, and that'll do it.
After 6 complete still, Blue Sox 8, Royals 1. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. You can follow the Blue Sox on the web at www.lexingtonbluesox.com, facebook.com/Lexington Blue Sox, and on Twitter and Instagram at BlueSox_ICL.
Bates kids and all of it.
Top of the 7th. And Aaron
Drew Burgard.
Drew Burgard, will lead things off, followed by Sal Frelick and Josue Feliciano, who took over in center field last inning. As is grounded down the third base line, fair ball. Burgard has a base hit.
Good job taking that ball opposite way. for Drew Burgard. Picks up a base hit. Start the 7th inning. Here comes Sal Freelick, who just turned a tailor-made double play to end the 7th. Or excuse me, 6th inning. Bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, we wish it was the 7th. Sal 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored. Also an RBI, is he? No, excuse me. He didn't have the RBI. I was thinking of the other inning. No, he did have the RBI with Rocco. Yeah, that's right. 0-1 the count to Sal. And Sal chops this one foul to make it 0-2. Down the third baseline again. Gomez handles it. Long throw to first.
And he got him.
He got him. Wow. Great play by Wagner Gomez. Freelick's got very good speed. He's got plus speed, and he showed it there, but unfortunately it was not enough to get past the strong arm of Gomez. So here's Josue Feliciano getting his first at-bat of the ball game. And he grounds this one to the left side, through for a base hit. Being held at third is Burgard, and Sway is aboard.
Feliciano just jumps right in the box. Goes after the first pitch, kind of gets fisted a little bit, puts it through the 6-hole. So that moves Burgard over to third.
Sway picks up his 4th hit of the year.
Another RBI opportunity here for Connor Green.
Takes on the outside corner for strike 1. Sway with a small lead off of first. Misses down and away, ball 1. Down the third baseline again. Gomez fires to second for one, but he fires it into right field. Everybody will be safe. Sway is on his way to third and E5, and it is 9-1.
Looked like Gomez tried to get a little flashy there, fielding it and throwing it off his back foot sidearm, and just really sailed that one. Looked like where it would be where the normal second baseman would be playing.
So Wagner Gomez with the error, still first and third, still one down, 9-1. Here's Jake Wilsey. Wilsey is 0 for 1 with a walk. And he swings at the first pitch. Well, first pitch swing by a lot of these Blue Sox batters. This is down the right field line, and he did not make the catch, Ronke.
Good bid.
Now, would have easily scored Feliciano if he did, but great effort by Ronke down into the right field corner. But it is 0-1.
One of those balls that could have been out of Fenway Park, right around that pesky pole.
Says something when a high school field is deeper than a major league field in some parts.
That's what offers the unique craft of Fenway Park.
Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. I still can't get over the fact that at Maplewood it's deeper to it's deeper down the lines than it is to dead center. It's like 345 down the lines and 335 to dead center. Hitter's Park, to say the least. Low, ball 1. This is fouled off. Remains 1-2.
Kind of a cue ball there from Wilsey. Still spinning around.
Little
Another
duck
cue.
snort up the middle, and it gets through. Wow.
Miscommunication there from shortstop and second baseman. It just bleeds right through him.
And the Blue Sox have another double-digit run game. It's 10-1.
Granted, I wasn't here last night, but it seems like the last calendar week or 2 weeks even, not too many high-pressure situations for the Blue Sox.
Not at all. The Blue Sox have just been on, like I've said, like before, but it's still the case. It's just a historic output of offense the Blue Sox have been on these past now 6-7 games. Ever since 7th straight game scoring at least 8 runs. So that's a ball. And, you know, like the loss to Andre was a competitive loss, but it was a tough one. But since then, the Blue Sox have been undefeated, and the games really haven't been close. Dorian deep to left, but that is going to hang up long enough, and it'll get over the head of the left fielder Campbell. 1 run will score, being held at third.
That ball was just seen all the way there by Rojas, and not too good of a read there by the left fielder. Kind of froze him and just went right over his head, one hop the wall. So easy double there for Dorian. Makes it 11-1 Blue Sox. And as you know, folks, that the Blue Sox tonight are the away team, thus playing here at center field in Lexington.
11-1. Down and in. And a wild pitch is going to allow Wilsey to score. It's 12-1. Silvestro 1 for 4, doubled his last time up. Up and away, 2-0.
So some communication problems here.
Between Silvestro and the infield umpire. I'm not sure. What exactly was Silvestro trying to ask? Oh. As he drills this one to left field. Out of the reach of Campbell. Well, there you go.
Limping to second base is Silvestro.
Uh-oh.
Seemed like asking the field umpire to take a step to the left paid off as he drives the ball opposite field over the head of the left fielder yet again. Back-to-back doubles here for the Blue Sox.
And now we have to see if Silvestro is okay. As Stro picks up his second double of the game. And looks like he's going to be okay. So we're gonna need a runner for Silvestro.
Yeah. So
We're trying to
like
figure.
Coach DeAngelis is weighing his options for pinch runner here. Find out shortly who it's going to be.
So apparent. Casey Bassone is gonna pinch run at second for Silvestro.
Yeah, so Casey Bissoni, a recent St. John's Prep graduate, one of few high school players on the Lexington Blue Sox roster. I believe it's his first appearance ever as a Blue Sox, and happens to be a pinch
Yeah,
runner.
it is, and thrust into a scoring position here. And Derlin pops this one up. First baseman Colette makes the catch, 2 down.
Quick
That'll
back there.
I'll bring up Chris Rocco. Now the question is, who goes in? What's the defensive shuffle going to be? Well, I mean, something to speculate about. But Dorian did play second base earlier this season, played it pretty well. So I guess you could move Ruaco to third, Dorian to second, and move Sway to first. I don't know. Popped up, fouling out of play. That's the risk of emptying the bench, though. Popped up down the right field line. Rocky and Colette chasing. It's out of play. 1 and 2.
Another tough bid there for the right fielder. Got his glove on it again, but can't pull it down.
In terms of time, this must be the longest 7-inning game we've had this year. I mean,
Getting to be there.
We're approaching the 2.5-hour mark. And Rocco fouls that one off.
Well, yeah, for 7 innings, yeah.
And Rocco gets this one to left field. This one will be caught by the left fielder Campbell for the out that retires the side. So it is closing time for the Blue Sox. Blue Sox 13, Royals 1 after 6.5. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Coverage of Blue Sox baseball on LSP continues tomorrow night at 7:55 p.m. when the Blue Sox host the Watertown Reds. Watch or listen live at localsportsproductions.com/live. Then stream the game the next day at localsportsproductions.com/on-demand or on YouTube. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Tony Anino will look to shut this one down. Blue Sox up 13-1 in what is the longest 7-inning game of the season for the Blue Sox.
Big left-hander in Anino. I believe he attended Arizona State.
Arizona State and UMass. And a
short arm action.
But a hard thrower nonetheless, and Luke Ronke swings and misses for strike one. Luke is 0 for 2 with the ground out to third and a strikeout. He takes strike 2, 0 and 2. Anino making his second appearance of the season. His last appearance came on June 4th against Arlington, win an inning, walked 2 and struck out 1, but did not allow a run or a hit. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
quick work of the first hitter there for Canino.
So, one down, and as the Blue Sox are up 12, you got to look, they've been doing this against, Somerville and Wakefield, but a much tougher opponent tomorrow night in Watertown. It'll be the final game of the season series between the Blue Sox and the Reds, but a likely playoff battle could be looming later. So that's ball one.
Absolutely, and one of the players to watch there for the Watertown Reds is pitcher Bill Sullivan.
He is
graduate who has had our number for it seems like the last season and a half.
Yep, he has never lost to the Blue Sox, including in the postseason. So that's 1-1.
Crafty righty, Bentley product.
Yep, we tied him in an 8.5 inning called game on the first time we played them at Victory. So that's ball two. But it's not just Sullivan you have to be worried about. Matt Horan is another great pitcher for the Reds. He is up there among the leaders in most pitching categories in the Intercity League. But we haven't faced him at all, as that's outside 3-1. But the Reds, so the Blue Sox are 1-1-1 against the Reds this season. So this is for the win of the season series here between the Blue Sox and the Reds tomorrow night. And of course, the Reds always, among the most prolific offensive teams in the league. As this has popped up,
Scrappy, very scrappy, the Reds.
I wouldn't say they're scrappy. I say they're sluggers. They are among the best power hitters. As it looks like we're going to have a pitching change. It looks like Raimundo Gomez is going to be brought in to get the last out. So one more pitching change coming to you from center field at Lexington High School in Lexington, Mass. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. And actually, we're just going to stay with you here and just talk about the Watertown game tomorrow. Like I said, Watertown, one of the most prolific offensive teams in the ICL. They always have been. As you look at the batting categories. Their batting average is down 269, but they've hit the most home runs as a team, 13. They have the most RBIs at 117.
Wow.
They have the second most steals at 34. A lot of that is Kyle Levine, but it's not just Kyle Levine anymore. And when you look at the batting leaders, look who's at the top of the league in home runs. You have Will Brennan with 6. 6 home runs. He hit 2 home runs in his last game on Sunday against the Somerville Royals. 2 home runs and 5 RBIs in Game 2 of a doubleheader. And then you have
bad game there for the shortstop.
Dan Chasen has 3 for Watertown. Kyle Levine, he's been the 19 stolen bases. Like his batting average has been down from his first couple of years, but he's among the best at drawing walks in the ICL. He's second in the ICL in walks at 17. There are a lot of threats you got to worry about with the Reds. However, the Blue Sox did beat them 9-0 last time out, and
8-0, yeah.
at Victory Field, and got a 1-1 tie out of them in 8.5 innings. So the Blue Sox are obviously up to the task, but against a team like Watertown, who's only got 2 games left to play, and they need the win for playoff positioning. There's a lot at stake for both teams. And
absolutely, it's gonna be a little Wednesday night showdown tomorrow here at center field.
Raimundo missed inside for ball 1, and this is fouled straight back for strike 1.
I don't know who the probable starter is for tomorrow night's game, but due to Karras' comment just there with the "yeah, buddy," I'm assuming it's him. No, I don't know about that. I don't know about that one.
Raimundo winds and delivers. Upstairs, 2-1. Raimundo made his only pitching appearance thus far. That's in there for strike 2. Royals down their final strike. His only pitching appearance thus far this season was on July 25th against Melrose. 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Had that bizarre 1-5-3 double play, if you recall. So that's up and away, full count.
Comes the payoff pitch.
Here it is. Swing and a miss, strike 3 at a high fastball, and the ball game is over.
Thank you so much for having me,
No
Sam.
problem, Rob. In a game that took 2 hours and 30 minutes, the winning pitcher is Kelvin Guzman. He improves to 4-0. The losing pitcher is Steve Chamberlain. He falls to 0-1. No save. The final totals for the Lexington Blue Sox, 13 runs. And just a phenomenal offensive output for the Blue Sox. Just hard to track all that stuff. Just the Blue Sox continue their toward pace. Another big win, 13-1 over the Somerville Royals. The Blue Sox improved to 16-5-1. They tie Watertown for second place in the ICL with a big showdown with the Reds looming tomorrow night. And the Royals fall to 9-15, and they stay in 6th place. So, with that said, this has been a presentation of the Lexington Blue Sox in association with Local Sports Productions, serving Greater Boston student-athletes since 2011. Copyright 2017, unauthorized redistribution of any portion of this broadcast without the express written permission of the Local Sports Productions or the Lexington Blue Sox is strictly prohibited. Coverage of Blue Sox baseball and LSP continues tomorrow night at 7:55 p.m. when the Blue Sox host the Watertown Reds in a big matchup with playoff seeding implications. Watch or listen live at localsportsproductions.com/live, then stream the game the next day at localsportsproductions.com/on-demand or on YouTube. And be sure to subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel and follow Local Sports Productions on Facebook.com/localsportsproductions and Twitter at LSP37. And support LSP on Patreon, patreon.com/LSP37. Once again, the final score from center field at Lexington High School in Lexington, Mass. The Lexington Blue Sox 13 and the Somerville Royals 1. My name is Sam Feely. Thanks for tuning in.